Okay, as you can see, I've got a heat gun plugged in there, and it's a bit of a mess, but I've promised I will tidy up before dinner time. And there is our 1/3 completed Sabu disc. Now, the tip of that disc is actually a bit longer proportionally than I would like, and that just came down to not really being able to estimate how it would fold over. The circle here that I scribed was about where I wanted the tip to finish. And obviously you can see some other, gee, it looks ancient. Oh, look, well, accidentally there, when I was intuitively working through things, I'm zooming out, I didn't even realise that was coming about, but another equally sided triangle, and that was just part of, what was I doing? I'll have to go back on the videos, but I was trying to forward project. That's right, I was forward projecting a line from here this way to line up with one of the ribs, so that then I could say if it lined up to there, then I could trim this blade back, because you'll see in the earlier videos the blades are too long. And I've just realised there that by doing that on all three sides, 120-degree shift, it's actually come out with a, well, hey, let's call it a pyramid. So I bet you're dying to see how I set the axle up. It's the best I could do on a Sunday afternoon. So I've just used the stool and then 2 kids' chairs. I'll wipe this down afterwards. I put some tape in here just to steady the axle, so that, you know, it's not perfect, and I've just applied some sunflower oil just to help with the rotation. So bearing in mind, I believe, how this worked, ignore the other 2 blades, they still need to be fashioned inwards, and that's why it's not quite balancing right. But I believe what happened was there would be 2 fire vents in the ground. Okay, 1 vent, possibly a hole or possibly a slot, would come just to the left of this axle, and then another vent from a different fire pit, possibly a hole, possibly a narrow vent, would come from a different fire pit. The upshoot of heat, so you'd heat only one side. If you shot up from this fire pit, it would turn that way. If you shot up heat from the other fire pit, it would turn that way. You would hand start it like this, because that would give you your starting momentum, but the heat will keep it going. Now, if it was spinning really fast, say it was spinning this way, so this fire pit here is working, so heat's coming up through here, see this gap? There's a natural gap. The heat comes up through here, through this gap, hits this blade, and off. Right, so this one's heating, and it's running this way. Okay, now if you wanted to slow that down, how would you do that? Well, if you then stopped stoking this fire pit, started stoking the other fire pit, hot air would be getting pushed up on the other sides of these blades, and that would be braking. So fire pit 1 forward, fire pit 2 reverse, fire the opposite pit for braking.